they're doing now. Oh my god, these guys are trolling. Bro.
Okay. I don't know how my audio is, but that's okay. Because I'll just doodle and munch on my lunch. I'm gonna doodle. I have iris. Do I want to put this? Yes, not. I should have saved this as something. Let's go into here. Actually, where is... There it is. wants to say hi to me. Oh. Hi, Sinister. I see you. I have a very limited setup. Eos. At least you can hear me. I need to figure out how to get music just for like background purposes. How's that? How's that? Low, but though. Okay. I sound low. Okay. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. Is that better? Is that a little easier to hear, or I don't want to go too high because if I do that, then I reverb. That's better? That's good? Okay. We got somewhere. I still gotta figure out what I want to do with this eye. Oh, that looks gross. I'll figure it out. Let me figure out my wrinkles. I believe in you. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I definitely know how to draw anime eyes. Like, I have no doubt in my ability to draw eyes. This is just a warm-up drawing, so I'm like, what do I do? Let me zoom out a minute. And yeah, it was a real pain figuring out what I was supposed to do with licenses and stuff. Just like put clip onto this computer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the unfinished art that I have with like the clip file and just move to Procreate because Procreate is cheaper and I've heard good things about it, and like I'm not really using the $50 that Clip Studio is. I'm just like using more like the $13 worth that Procreate is. So, and this pen that I got, yeah, it works with any program. Like this pen did just fine with Procreate. Or no, it did just fine with Krita, is what I mean. Yep. Eyeshadow. Shadow for the noise. They don't have lashes. You're too close. Very dainty lashes. I'm just using Mini Bang Paint Pro, but I have Krita. Oh, Hold on, dog wants something. He probably just wants out. Okay. Eat it. I can't just go to the BRB screen if it has to do with animals. Like, they need attention immediately. That's the only annoying thing about this. Look at this lash bibber. This thicker. We add a few lashes here. I'm going to increase the size of this. There. Oh. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Picking this out. So many lashes. Oh, that's a little too bad. There we go. Still looks good. Give me a little more. And there's the dog again. Why he wanted to leave, I don't know. Come on, dog. Come on. Puppers be super fussy because he's clingy, but the reason why my bedroom door is closed is because Milo, the baby cat, is out. He has to be separated from the singy baby, Joy. And Joy stays in my bedroom when Milo is out. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't be getting up to, like, let my dog in. This needs another lash. Yeah, gotcha. And Milo, I feel so bad because he just gets trapped downstairs most of the time. And I want him to be up here more often. I want to do this. Yes, I do. I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and that's add a tear duct. I don't normally add tear ducts because normally I'm too scared to add that much detail. Oh. Oh, I guess that's not set up. I want the eraser. Oh my god. That's why I don't normally do this. Okay, let's try that again. Eraser. Eraser, you don't need to be that big. Okay. Does that look like a tear duct? Not quite. I'll just not bother. And just have it like that. And, oh, what did I do? Okay. Then there's supposed to be another tear duct here. I believe the eye has 2 tear ducts. Or like, not exactly a tear duct, but like where you can see the end of the canthus, which is like the corners of the eyelids where they meet. I am not that advanced, so we will just not deal with it. It's okay. As long as it looks close enough, it'll be fine, unless you want to be anatomically correct like that. So, yeah. I'm not too worried about it, because, like, it's an... Like, adding the tear duct thing is new to me. And by new to me, I mean, like, I can... You... I don't know if you've seen any of my tutorial videos with the eyes, but, like, I can basically draw any anime eye. Basically any. Like, that was my #1 practice thing, was anime eyes. Like can definitely do that. And I guess with digital art I can like probably do any color combination. Like I know how to do anime eyes. It's just like the whole tear duct thing that's new to me, of like adding details, and like that's literally the first time I've done that. So but it's a start. Trying is a start to somewhere. I don't think I want to add ripples. Because if I'm gonna add ripples, it's gonna be with the color. Gonna do this. See if that works. Fill that in a little more. I'm gonna make this eye a little softer tone. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like make it look more like an illustration or something. If that makes sense. Not like illustration that I normally do, like it looks like it's supposed to be in a book. That's what I plan to do with the style of this eye. That means filling out the color in a very different way. I understand. Okay, that looks good so far. Then we thicken this out. I don't know if I like that. I don't. Oops. Okay. Mm. That's a little better. expected this. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I really like this color. Um, that thing. There it is. I like using this. You can't see it properly. 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll see if that shit looks good. It's a bit darker. Okay. Let's see if that works. Here. Does hella pretty. Yeah. I was just thinking of like a dark pink or something. Or like a pinkish purple. That's a pretty color. I'm gonna have a Discord notification. Let me just see if it's super important. It is not. I always have a false alarm. Okay. Wait, I normally shade my eyes? Excuse me, is dark on the top half. It's normally, and of course, like, that's just like my default shading. And there are like other ways you can shade it depending on where the light source is. Do I want it darker or oh, that's good. Round it out so you still have that illusion that the iris is round. Okay, that's disgusting. I don't want that much darkness. Hush, cat. I have a cat. What's that? That's better. Okay, that is the first shade, or the what's it called? The first stage of shading. Yeah. And of course we have to put some on here. That gives the illusion that there is some 3D-ness going on. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now. Alright. Let me. This real quick. Because I gotta go back to this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's see if that's dark enough. Job. Might go a little darker. Yeah. Let's go a little darker. 1, 2. I think that's just right. Go back here. And do kind of the same thing. But, I think that's just right. I might have to shrink pen size. That's right. Might add another layer of shading. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The dark. Usually when I do shading, I want the last shading, the last level of shading to be like almost black or just like very, very dark. Like blue versus cobalt blue or blue versus navy blue. Because what that does is it makes the main color pop. And it hides your mistakes. Okay, so I think that's dark enough. Then on the bottom I'm gonna add maybe 1 shade of highlighting. And of course a shine. Oops, that's on the wrong layer. Okay, let's try that again. I'll be sure to use it when I get around to coloring. Yeah. When you get around it. But yeah, that's how I shade eyes. And there's probably like better ways of doing it. Oop, I didn't mean to click that. I don't know. Okay, I meant to click the navigator thing. And you don't have to do it at this level either. Like, it'll look just fine if you use like 1 or 2 shades. I'm doing this as like because I want to. Okay, so I have the shading now. Let's do the highlight. Where's my thing? But go to this little thing. Usually what I do when I don't know if you can see my, you probably can't. Oh no, no! Okay, so with the color wheels, normally what I do, when I want to do a shading or a highlight, I'll go like straight down. And sometimes, depending on the color and what kind of effect I want, I'll probably like go more this way towards the color or more towards the neutral end of it. And then for highlight, I go up and then towards the white part. So shading, you want to go closer to the black, and then highlight, you want to go closer to that. But I've been using, I don't know if every software has this, but this thing, so I don't know what it's called, but it's like for the purpose of shades and highlights. And so I just go down the grid and then a little closer to the black, down the grid and closer to the black, or I go up and then towards the white. But not all programs have that. So that's how I find my shades and highlights. Okay. All right. Just back down. And I want this highlight to be very dramatic, like almost white. Mostly because of what the color is. It literally depends on the color. At least that's what I found. So that just might be right. I need to sip my water. I'm gonna use the spray paint tool. That's just right. I'm gonna have to blend that. Actually, I might need something a little brighter. A little brighter. Try that. Okay. Let's try this. This is what I'm gonna do. Oh, wrong there. This kind of like what I did on the top here, just kind of swirl. Kind of give that impression that it is circular. Kind of complement color that we got going on. Oof. Got that. And then we add the white, the shine. And it's literally just white. I also need to shade the whites of the eyes, but we can do that later. Make this white, make this strip. Don't like that. So I can technically use this opportunity to make ripples. Or I could just follow the shine that I've already made. Do I want ripples today? No, I don't. I don't want ripples today. Okay. Yeah, that's why I like the airbrush tool, because it looks like it fades in. I'm gonna have to do that with the shade. Follow the shine, yeah. That's what I was thinking. There is technically a way where you can make it, use the ripples of the eyes like I was doing to, like, guide your shade and your highlight and incorporate them into that. But, the way I have this set up, it just didn't look good. Usually that's better with, colors that are brighter, like a light blue, grayish blue, or, green. But this pink, this purplish pink is too dark for that, I think. What was I doing? Oh yeah, shade. I did that with the airbrush, and I'm gonna just pop this off. I have to make some of that. Okay. I have to reinsert that. I did this out of order. Oh well. Might need to add another layer of shade. But maybe not. Maybe not. That looks hideous. I hate how that's blending in. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I did it out of order. Normally, I get all the shading done and then do the shine, because the shine is supposed to be on top, and, like, be the hero, but I did it out of order. I didn't finish up the shading before the shine. But at least I have all my colors right now, so I could just, like, erase this. I could. I just feel like it would be too much to just fix it. Usually, like, the shine is the very last thing I do. For some reason, I didn't do that. Let's just do the airbrush. Okay, we did that. Oh. Shrink my pen on that. I have to blast my fan for a minute. Because my computer isn't happy right now. Can you hear the fan? I don't know if you can hear that fan. You can? Is it like overbearing or? I don't know if it's overbearing, like if it's too loud. If it is, I'll try to find a way to like turn my mic off for a minute. Not overbearing or bother. Static to me. Okay. Well, I do have to run this fan for a little bit, so I think whenever I do the fan, I'll just have to turn off my mic. Or like turn my mic down. That's what I'm gonna do. I just have to remember it's at negative 15.1 decibels. There we go. So about -15. Okay. So, this is why I like doing highlights and shines last. Because sometimes it looks better when you do it over the shading that you've done. Like that. And just a little bit. God damn it. Sometimes. And sometimes it wants to be a little bitch and not blend. I'm gonna have to somehow blend that in. Okay, let me undo my shine right now. For some reason, the colors are not blending in. This is why the blend tool is so important. Where's my blend tool? There it is. Do I want to blur it? Let's try blurring it. Oh. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay. There we go. That's good. Yes. There we go. Get this out. What are you wheezing at? My failures of blending? Just incorporate that a little bit. Blend that in there. Might need it darker. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need to add more of that shading because what's happening is that the whitest of the background is blending in there. Okay, yeah, now I see what's going on. Okay, so pencil, just gonna round out the color. This is not exactly how I normally do it, but it must be a little dark. Okay. Like that. Okay, it's fixable. I'm gonna need a darker shade. Just one more shade. Here. One, two, three, four. Turn that. Oop. Okay, that should fix it. That layer. Okay, that should fix it. Then blend. Gonna shrink that. That's a lot better. There we go. Oh, no, shit. That's too much loading. Okay, that kind of fixed it. This one. I should fix it. Why does this hate me? It all went horribly wrong. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what I'm trying to do, Sinister. Wait, which? I didn't want that one. Which one did I want? I thought I wanted this one. No, I did want that one. Okay. Okay. We're fixing it. It's fixing. It's fixing. Okay. And this shade. I'm just gonna take this again. Okay, I fixed it. Uh, okay. I think it's ready for a shine. Yeah. No, not showing is too much. The highlight is a little too much. There we go. That's good enough. Then what? And I could technically do this. And let's see. Right here. Finally did the iris. Okay. You two. Iris. This one. So there it is. Okay. Okay. And just a little more highlight. Just a little bit. Here. Okay. Now I'm gonna get rid of my guides for the shine. Okay. Now I know how to touch up on the highlight. Around here. Around here. Yep. Oh, bird. Bird through in a bit. That works. There. I could add more shine. What's that? More shine. Yeah. Digging that. Another shine here. And then another shine here. That's better. Gonna have to fill the whites of the eyes too. Ooh. Not quite done. Ooh, didn't mean to push that. Not quite done, because I still have to shade the whites of the eyes. That one is kind of difficult because you want a shade of gray, like maybe 2 shades of gray. But sometimes you pick a gray that's a little too dark and one that's not just dark enough. That might be okay, but I feel like that's too dark. I'm cheat. I'm cheat. Get into this setting, the RGB setting. I think 250? Is that brighter? That work? Nope, that's the brightest. Okay. Maybe 200. Let's try that. Okay. Maybe. I feel like that's too dark. What is that bird griping over? 150? No, that's too dark. 20. Try that. There we go. Okay. Brush. Gonna have to turn my mic down because I gotta blast the fan again. just about 15. Okay. So, my fan is okay now, but I wanted to add that when shading the iris is a little different than shading the white of the eye because they're different shapes. They're technically two different entities. So the iris is usually rounder. The white of the eyes, because of the shape that I chose for the eye, it's a little more oval or rectangular. And because Raven's in here, I'm explaining this because I have a semi-student in here. Sinister. Sinister say hi to Raven. Raven say hi to Sinister. And Sinister, I kind of give them tips on writing and drawing occasionally. That's why I'm explaining what I'm doing. Here we go. What's the buzz? Nothing important. I might add one more shading for the white. But first, I need this color. This. Here. I'm gonna brave it and add one more shade for the white. Oh, no. What are you doing? Here we go. Okay, does that look good? A little darker. Another thing with shading is that each time you do a new level, try to make it more dramatic. Like add an extra, what am I trying to say? Like you have your base color, and then when you go to the shading, you have that set. And then when you get to the next step, you instead of going like one shade down, you go 2 or 3 shades down, or 2 or 3 shades darker. That's what I'm trying to say. And the reason why you want to do this is so that each shade looks distinct from each other, or you could just like do it by shade by shade by shade, and that might make it easier to blend, but honestly, in my opinion, it just like gets to the point where the shades between your base and your darker shades, your darkest shades, they start to look the same, and that starts to overshadow your main shade of color and your darkest shade. So it also depends on finding that good balance between your base and showing the darkest and showing the lightest. And it depends on like how dramatic you want the shading to be. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Wanted darker. Let's try 150. That might be a little too dark. The RGB scale. Or maybe it's just right. Let's try it. Boop. Gonna shrink my brush. Usually when my darkest shade kind of like rims the line art and gives more like opportunity to define things around here. I just might perfect it. Just might. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. And this is on a white background, so I'll usually use the same shades that I did for the white, but usually I'll do like a different shading set for the skin tone, which I don't have at the moment. I think I'm gonna use the darkest gray that I have for the what I call the nose shade or the illusion of a nose. And oh my goodness, this is probably one of the most important shade blocks that you can do when you're doing like the whole set of an eye and an eyebrow. And the whole thing. It's like one of those important things that will definitely make your drawing look better. I have a knock at the door. $15 worth of 15. There you go. Okay. False alarm. He was just. My brother's just making lunch. Oh, there we go. Okay, where was I? But yeah, this. Like, if you really want your eye and your eyebrow to look like it's part of the face, this nose shade right here makes all the difference. And I'm gonna need another shade for it, I think. But before I do that, let me also shading saves everything. Oh, you're okay, Sinister. I am recording this, so I'll try to post it on YouTube or something. And I could post that in my Discord. Excuse me. Hold on. Chat. My chat is very small. I see so many things. Hold on. What is going on? I will keep in mind that no shade. Yeah, the no shade is very important. Fretful pelt. You know what? Fretful pelt, that is very rude. Very, very rude. You're muted. Very rude. Because this is my stream and it looks like you are posting something that is advertising your content. That is rude. I don't need your advertisement. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna make a darker shade. So I got you, and but usually every software has some form of the RGB color scale, and that's what I use when I'm trying to shade for whites, and because that's like so difficult because you have to start like if you have a white background, you have to start very light gray, and my hands cannot handle doing that on a usual color circle. And there's the bird again. Okay, so my gray is at 150. Let's do 120. Excuse my nose. Make that a little darker, a little more dramatic. Let's do 110. And this is just for the nose shade. Alright, that should be dark enough. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. That's what I meant to do. Okay. Airbrush. So it's just gonna be my... Ooh, what did I do? Oh god. Okay, it's fixed. I just wanted to shrink my brush size. It's okay, happy little mistakes. Happy little mistakes. Just gonna define the shading a little more. And technology like to mess with us, for real. There's a troll, and it's just like, I'm gonna mess with this one for today. And it's too dramatic. Just want a little bit defining. I need a darker one. This way, because that's the inside of the bridge of the nose. This way. Because not a lot of people think about this when doing eyebrows, but your eyebrows are an extension from your skull. It's not super defined as your nose and your lips and your chin, but they are popping out from your skull. And we want to give that illusion by putting some shading under. And, excuse me, I'm gonna need darker shade. And I'm gonna have to add a wrinkle at the top of the eyebrow. So 10, getting pretty close to 0. Let's do super dramatic. Do 50 for gray. Oh, that might be too dramatic. What do I do? Let's do 75. And I gave my little tidbit on how I do shading, how I make it like each shade is level of shade stand out, but I always try to test too before I pick it. Like just go with it. What was I doing? This. Okay. Like this. Super defined. That is the wrong layer. Right. Get your shit together. Yeah, that's easier to see. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Maybe I might erase. Might erase that. The shade gut. Listen, I can talk, I swear. I'm gonna erase it, the shade guide. Oh, that looks so much better. Yes. That looks like a shade. I'm gonna delete it up here. As I do. Perfect. Fix that up a little bit. There's that. This one. Look at that, I'm almost done. That is not too bad. I'm gonna have to blast my fan again. There we go. Okay. So I don't always add this little line above the eyebrow, but sometimes I do if I want to like make the eyebrows like look like it's popping out a little more. Or it you'll probably see it like sometimes it helps with showing expressions, like if I do this, you're probably guessing that the character is a little worried, or like it's the wrinkle of the top of the brow basically. So I can also use it to angry. That's not very good angry, but yeah. Sometimes I add that line to help with expressions, but I don't think this is helping the eyebrow look like it's popping out from the skull. No, I don't think it's helping. I thought it would. Maybe if I did put it down. Maybe not quite. No. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So that's kind of helping me give the expression that the character that has this either kind of scrunching their brows, but not all the way like for angry or worried. Like it's just a little bit. Like there's a little bit of emotion showing. I might even put the line like around at the very tip where the nose is. Maybe. Oop, I wanted to zoom in. And then I think I'm gonna add a little bit of tissue. Yoop, yoop. A little QR. Little cute heart for mole. There you go. New cutie. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I could probably add a wrinkle here too. Just like, oop. Show where the cheek is. Boop. Yeah, like, if I do that, then that kind of tells me, like, cheeks are kind of right around here. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we're good. It is beautiful. I am happy with it. I had a little mishap with coloring the iris. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have that on recording too, but yeah, that's looking good. And we got a few tips in here. Yeah. And since I'm putting this in public view, usually if I, like even with doodles, I'll just write my signature somewhere. And I like doing my signature in purple. I'm gonna put it up here. We have that in common, yep. I don't care. It's going on here. Oh. When I do traditional, like, I have no issue putting my signature on something. But when I do digital, it's like, no, that J doesn't look right. No, that art doesn't look right. That heart doesn't look right. Okay, and then dated, because I am a forgetful dumbass bitch. It is the 1st. I literally forgot the month. It is 2025. I almost wrote 2024. That's the other thing that I have with digital art, like doing that swerve thing when I do the dates. Alright. Alright. That is a doodle that I did. I have to blast the fan again. How long is this stream again? Ooh, hi. Sorry. Almost 2 hours. I'm planning to go for around 2 hours. Sinister Raven, is there anything you want tips on drawing wise, writing wise? Anyone else who's in here? Just those two? Is there like a little tip I can give with drawing or writing? Oop, I passed it. Here we go. Okay, I had to blast my fan for a minute. Okay, with ears. Because everyone has that issue. Do not ask me about hands though. I'm still having that issue. Okay, let me get my pencil. So, with ears. Oops. I need my black. With ears, what I usually do is well, it also depends of like what direction. So this is for my like side profile, and it also depends on how descriptive I want it to be, like how detailed I want it to be, but I'll usually do a slanted, kind of curved line, and that's leading to the point of the ear, right? So this is where it connects to the jawline and it's going to the tip. And then I do another kind of curved, slanted line. Maybe round this out a little bit. And it's kind of like a mountain. It's just a little lower than that. And then rounded that out a little bit. Another slanted, kind of curved. Because that's the thing you want to remember about ears. Like, it's an irregular shape. Right? And then now we have the lobe. And this line here is supposed to be the longest, right? So I could probably make this a little longer. Don't be afraid of making it too long. Right? So now we have lobe. Just a little curve. No, it's more roundish than the top, but And now the inside of the ears I also have issues with. I can't see all of that. It being an irregular shape is probably what trips me up the most for real. Yeah, it is an irregular shape, but you can technically, like in your own head, turn it into one of the basic shapes. So it kind of looks like, so this part looks like a triangle, right? And this part looks like a gumdrop, right? And then right about here is usually where the tragus is, right? And the tragus is just a triangle, right? And the thing that trips me up about ears is that this is the most detail I will give it, but there is an arch here, right? Because sometimes you have a piercing right about here, right? And that's one thing that has helped me with drawing ears is having multiple ear piercings, because you can have all kinds of ears. I can talk today. Piercings on the ears. So that's what helped me a lot, is just like putting piercings wherever I can on the ear. And I think that tragus is a little too far in. Oops. I am used to that being my eraser. I'm used to that one being my eraser, but it's also understanding where all the lines are in relative to each other. No, I did that wrong. So we can also line the ear, and this line that kind of like shows, it's like an upper cartilage earring. That's the best way I could put it. But this one kind of goes into the basic part of your ear where the tragus is. And again, it's just a triangle. Now we have our tragus piercing. And I did see a video of like showing that the ear is basically a bunch of C's. You just have to know. I think it was like this. And I don't know how to do the inner stuff in here. That's as close as I can get to defining it, but you can make another kind of swervy line that meets the tragus, and now you have your lobe. And now you can have your piercings. And you can have cartilage. You can have your dumbbell. That's what I call it. I call this a dumbbell because that's what my sister called it when she got it. That's my dumbbell. I think it here is that, and then like that. That is. I'm gonna have to look at a reference, but something like that. But yeah, that's as close as I can get. And that's for like side profile. And that's as detailed as I can get. You could also like just keep it simple and just draw a C, kind of, or like a unfinished egg, unfinished upside down egg, or an unfinished upside down teardrop. That's another way. And reference, that's where the jawline is. That's where the jawline is. roughly, just about, kind of. When the character is facing forward. Very helpful. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, you also want to keep in mind where the character is facing, because that will change the perspective of the ear. So like this is sideways, and so that means the ear is going to be a little wider. Like make sure it's like wide enough to look like an ear and long enough. Right? When it's sideways, when the character is sideways. Oh, what did I do? Oops. The lobe is not as noticeable, and you still have that main wideness, but it's not as wide, and it's a little slanted. Ears are technically supposed to be slanted. This is too vertical. It's supposed to be a little more slanted. But yeah, when they're facing forward, it's a little slanted, and the tragus. Here, that's not a very good close up. Down here. Here's my jawline. Let's say the eyes about here. Eyebrows here. That's another thing about the ears. So the tip of the ear, it usually meets this end of the brow. Usually. And sometimes there are like different face types, right? But usually that's where it is. And sometimes it can even be down here, like at the top of the eye. So lobe is not as defined. It still kind of reaches out. And the top is like also again not as wide. And the tragus is a little more out there than it is here. The tragus is not big. Anyways, but we also have an extra line because what's happening is you have the lobe and then it's going into the longest part of the ear. Right. Well, it's really all about perspective and dang it, me snapping the eraser. I think I made that tragus look a little too big again. And that's okay. And it's okay to mess up a little bit. And then this is probably a little more like that. Or, dang it. Oh, I'm so used to that being an eraser. Like, just erase what you need to until it looks right. Now it goes into there. There's a coughing cat. That. And that's not like 100%, but you're getting that illusion that it is facing forward. What did I do here? And you might have the start of the dumbbell here, just about. And then we don't see much of the end of that dumbbell because it's behind. This is the front of the ear, this is the back of the ear. This is the front of the ear, this is towards the back. Right. And again, like, drawing piercings helps a lot with that. Do not ask me how to draw the back of an ear. I don't draw the back of the head very often. then yeah. So that's the best I can do with ears. And yeah, ears are very, like, you can, like, depending on how detailed you want it to be, you can either, like, make the ear, like, very, rigid, the line's very rigid, or you can do, like, up here, like, what, usually cartoon artists do, is just make it, very round and not as swervy. It just depends on what you want to do, what you feel comfortable with, and what you think fits your style. That's the biggest thing that I do with giving art advice or giving tips on art. Is you can push yourself, you can challenge yourself as much as you want, but the biggest thing is, does it fit your style? And that's why I'm gonna branch a little bit. Like, there's some art tutorials that I see where it's like, you're doing this wrong, this is how you're supposed to do it, and you have to do it this way so that it looks like my art style. It's like, no. Everyone has their art style. And, like, that's what I'm trying to tell Sinister. Like, I understand, like, our art styles aren't quite the same, but these are some options. Yeah, you'll need to practice more for sure. Yeah, that's another thing, like practicing. And that ties in a lot with figuring out what your art style is and what works for you. And I have to stop this because my throat hates me now. Anyway, so yeah. It has reached just about 2 hours and 7 minutes. I think I am good. My computer hates me. And I think that's a good stream. I think that is a good stream. Alright, thank you for the few people who showed up. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Sinister Fiction. And anyone else who popped in and I didn't quite see in the chat. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna have to give you Inception. Sorry.